is February 12th, 2026. It's my birthday. I am now 45 years old. I hate my birthday. I usually don't acknowledge it beyond maybe a self-indulgent selfie or just thanking people on social media for wishing me a happy birthday because it popped up in their feed. But I don't like thinking about it. In fact, I tend to get pretty depressed around mid-January, knowing that I'm about to start yet another trip around the sun. And it's not that I don't like continuing to live. I just don't like seeing my age go up. Call it a weak-ass cliche, but who enjoys aging? When it comes to birthdays, I think for most people, our feelings tend to oscillate depending on where we're at in life. Because when we're little, our birthdays are fun because it's our special day when the grown-ups fuss over us. If we're lucky, maybe we get a party or some other special treat. Or maybe we're just the center of attention for one day. Maybe someone makes us a cake or gives us gifts. Or not. And then when we're teenagers, every birthday is special because it's a stepping stone toward adulthood. The big milestones seem to happen every few years. So 13, 16, 18, and then you're a young adult, 20, 21, 25, and even your 30s aren't such a big deal until you hit 35. And that's when you realize you're just a belch and a fart away from 40, and it hits you. Your youth is starting to slip away. You start the harsh process of making peace with the fact that your loftiest dreams and fantasies that have yet to be realized probably never will happen because they tend to be tied to being young. You thought you had more time, but time is not our friend. And time is really starting to show. I mean, I think I've done pretty well staying out of the sun all these years, but still, the laugh lines, they are way more prominent now. Crow's feet, the dark circles, the 11 lines, they're screaming at me every time I look in the mirror. And the white hair, actually, it's not that bad yet. Although, damn, I really do need to touch up. Holy crap. Look, yes, granted, most people don't notice these things, but clearly I do. See, in a world where you don't have a whole lot, if you have youth, you have power. Youth is power. When you're young, you don't recognize it because you don't know what life looks like without it. So you don't think about things like ageism in the social and financial marketplaces because you're currently benefiting from them. And then you get here and you realize, oh no, I'm starting to reach shelf life. I'm not ready to let that go yet because I know what comes next. Invisibility. You get old and people just look right through you like you're not even there. Why do you think my slogan is, I am nobody? It's because I am not anybody. I am nobody. I see you fellas making up the majority of my viewers. Thank you for that, by the way. I can hear you thinking, well, it's easier for you to be seen. You're a woman. I hear that all the time. And you really think anyone gives a damn that I'm a woman? We're half the population. This is not a novelty. And worse yet, I'm a woman over 40 in a society that still struggles to find value in women my age because by virtue of our hormones, we tend to get heavier, saggier, and droopier every year. I'm not special. I'm middle-aged. That means I barely exist. My birthday only serves as a reminder of that. And every year, a new crop of youngins turn 18 while I just keep getting older. Society had little use for me before, but now I'm just nothing. I am nobody. Relevancy? Gone. Oh my, that was inspiring, wasn't it? But look, it's not just superficial vanity. I'm starting to have knee problems. My family history of high cholesterol is kicking in. My eyesight is getting worse. I need reading glasses now. I have to stay on top of my A1C because diabetes is another genetic predisposition of mine. I've reached the age of mammograms and colonoscopies. I have to start preparing myself for perimenopause. I have to grapple with the reality that, while I might still look the part, I am very quickly becoming a fossil in a young person's career field, which is IT. And currently, I'm okay. Career-wise, I'm in a great place, but I'm thinking about 10, 15, 20 years down the road. It's going to be very difficult to remain relevant and attractive in this field. When you work in tech, it's only natural to associate being older with being unfamiliar with what is current, especially in a field that evolves as quickly as mine. Honestly, for me, aging it's mostly psychological. It's not that I care so much about being hip and cool with the kids or losing touch with pop culture, which honestly I haven't really taken all that seriously since I was like 16, or just not being able to name a single song or artist on the Billboard Hot 100. It's just knowing that being a millennial means remembering the previous millennium. And there is an entire generation of young people who are now pushing 30 who consider that to be a sign of being old. I hear young people unironically call my first 2 decades of life the 1900s. I mean, they're not wrong, but have some tact. You don't have to say it like that. My early life experiences with analog CRT TVs and big-ass multi-part stereo systems and landlines and physical media and dial-up, these things are all now considered to be not just outdated, but part of a bygone age. I mean, they're starting to put that stuff in museums. This year marks 25 years since 9/11, something that remains very fresh in my mind. And in a few years, I will be sobbing in horror that it will be 30 years since I graduated high school and first enlisted in the military. I'm too young to be this old, and I don't like it. I don't like knowing that I'm old enough to be a grandmother. My kids are 8 and 5, so that's not even realistically on the horizon. But my actual grandmother was a grandmother by this age. This sucks. Getting old sucks. I see people posting on YouTube inspirational videos like, I'm 50, I'm 60, 10 things I wish I knew when I was younger. Shut the fuck up, okay? Getting old sucks. Don't let anyone ever sugarcoat that shit. And sure, eventually, yeah, I'm sure most of us reach a point where we do make peace with it and no longer have any fucks left to give, but by then, you're just old. It's just too much a part of your reality to deny at that point. It's getting old that blows. It's the transition that humbles you. It's the knowledge that you're never going to be a hot young thing ever again, if you ever were. It's regretting that you weren't born a little bit blacker so you wouldn't be cracking already. I mean, you see black women my age, smooth, perfect. It's like they age backwards. Even if you're happy, even if you're where you want to be in life, it's the ego that still screams for validation. It's the ego that wants to know that if you wanted to, you could still wreck a home. No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to not be young anymore. That's why I hate my birthday. Now, if you'll excuse me, I am going to go and eat my feelings. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Not really. And I'll see you in the next one. We also lost Joe, aka Serious Mind, back in January, and we have not been taking it well, honestly. Me and Raven, we considered him to be a real friend, not just somebody we knew online. We lived in the same state. We've been to each other's homes. He was someone that we trusted around our children. He was somebody who showed up for us, and that is rare. And we truly love that man, and we miss him, and we are thinking about his wife and his family and all the rest of us in the community that called him a friend. He's a great loss. because he was a great man.